everybody! For this week's tip, I'm going to show you how I make my Italian garlic toast seasoning. It is so good and easy to make, so that you can eat it with your spaghetti. I love to make up my own seasoning mixes. You, however, could make your seasoning any way you want it, but this is a great way to get you started on making your own seasoning mixes, and it is so yummy too. So the first thing I do is I get an empty container and I put masking tape on the sticky parts from where I peeled off the other label. And I use a marker and mark my container Italian bread. I open the lid, and the first thing that I'm going to use is parsley flakes. I'm going to use about a teaspoonful of parsley flakes. The next thing that I'm going to use is garlic powder, and you really want a lot of garlic powder in it because it's not only for Italian bread, but I love to have the garlicky Italian bread. I'm going to give it 1, 2, 3 teaspoons of garlic powder. Now I'm going to add some onion powder because onion powder is always good. And I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of onion powder. This is my homemade basil, and it tastes amazing on my Italian bread. So I'm going to give it a good heaping spoonful of my basil. Now I'm going to put Italian seasoning in it, and we're going to give it a heaping spoonful of Italian seasoning too. The last ingredient that we're going to put in there is sea salt, and this is one of those grindable kind. So I ground it up into the lid, and then I'm going to measure it out. But none of the ingredients that I have in here have salt in it yet. So we are now going to add salt to it because you want a little bit of salt on your Italian garlic bread. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of sea salt into my bread seasoning. And I'm going to shake it up really good. Okay, now we have it made. Let's go ahead and put it on bread and we'll see how it tastes. You can put your Italian seasoning on regular bread, some old buns that you have sitting around, or you could use Italian bread. I usually have sandwich bread sitting around, and this is what we usually put it on. So this is how I do it. I just get a piece of bread, or if you have several people eating, you could have several pieces of bread to fill up your toaster. I spread butter on it like this. I get my Italian seasoning and I sprinkle it on. Now I take this and I put it in the toaster oven. Doesn't that look amazing? I hope this tip encourages you to make your own Italian garlic seasoning. I'll see you next week with another tip. Bye! That's good.